everyone. Welcome back to Latinas Power Talk. We are super excited to have you guys back for another episode. This week, we have an amazing guest.
Yes, we're excited to have her here.
Yes, she's amazing. She does a little bit of everything. How does she do it? I don't know. She is a cheerleader for the Coyotes. She's also your host of the Morning Mess on Live 101.5. And she also does commentary for the Diamondbacks and so much more. So,
and a wife. You have to include that there.
Without further ado, today's guest is Sienna Villa Ramirez.
Hello, ladies. I'm so excited to be here.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
We're so excited to have, like we say, another chingona in our community here represented, sharing their story. As many of you guys know, she is the morning host of the Morning Mess on Live 101.5. But you also do so many things. How do you balance it all?
Yeah, so I don't know. Honestly, I don't know the answer to that question. I'm still figuring it out. I feel like for me in my career, things just kind of, in a good way, domino affected. One thing happened and then others just continue to. So I feel like when I was around 25, I was in this rut of not knowing what I wanted to do. And I wasn't living here, actually. I'm born and raised in Phoenix, but I had moved to California, small town there, for my husband's job. And that was during the pandemic, so I wasn't working, I wasn't really doing anything, but there became that stage where I just felt stuck, and I knew there was more for me than just being a stay-at-home fiance is what I was calling myself, because I had just gotten engaged, and I kind of wanted to put myself back out there, so then I auditioned for Coyotes, got that gig, and then I said, you know what, I want to go back to the D-backs, let me ask. Went back to the D-backs. So I feel like I just started to make those decisions for myself, obviously talked to my husband about it, my then fiance, and once I started doing those things, more just came of it. I started to host for spring training. I got to host a Coyotes game. When I got the co-host job of being one on the Morning Mess, they found me through social media, which is a huge tool, and thank God it exists now. Yeah. So with adding all those things on my plate, some social media stuff I do, it just has to, I don't even know how to find that kind of balance with all these things, because I feel like just having a good support system, if that makes sense,
that's important.
That's what helps.
Crucial.
Yeah,
Right?
Yes. It's definitely what helps, but I don't think it's the perfect answer, because there really is no balance.
I agree with you. Yeah, I feel like I myself sometimes don't know how I do it too, because I have a baby as well.
Oh, full-time job in itself.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, props to that. And a husband. I have a husband too.
Another full-time job.
Yeah. Another full-time, like another baby, right?
Yeah, another baby.
Yeah. But honestly, I think it's so important what you just said of finding a partner that just understands us. I think I didn't realize that until I got with my current boyfriend. My boyfriend, Adrian. I feel like every guy that I dated before didn't understand that drive, that
lifestyle.
that Latina women have of no, we're just gonna keep on going, whatever else falls on our lap. And when I realized that, because a lot of men would get intimidated.
Yeah.
Of oh no, you're gonna do more things than I do. How dare you? You know what I mean? But having a supportive partner makes all the difference, and also kind of pushes you to oh no, this is good. What I'm doing, I am worth it, and I am gonna go after so much more.
Yeah, I'm curious to know, what does your husband think of you doing cheerleading, being a host in the Morning Mess?
Everything, yeah.
He gets all the perks, so don't get it twisted. He gets tickets, he gets to go to concerts. No, but he, at first when like I mentioned earlier, when I first kind of threw myself back into the scene of sports and entertainment, I kind of just did it. And with the Coyotes job, my first year of cheerleading, I just did it, wanted to do it, and I think I was a little more selfish in that aspect. And so he was a little thrown off by it at first, but now that he sees how much my career has catapulted within the last couple years, he's just so proud of me. He just wants me to keep going, which is very nice, because like you said, there's people in my past that were either not driven or intimidated.
Exactly.
So a good "how dare you" is a good for me. Watch me,
exactly. It gives you that push.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, you think I can't? Let me prove you wrong.
Yeah, you think I can't? I'm going to.
Yeah.
So he loves it. He loves this little lifestyle we have together, and I feel like it's only gonna get better, and I hope it only gets better.
For sure.
And he has his own career too, so he's a very smart man. He's thriving in his career, so I think it's just a good balance of us both being busy, but then also us recognizing that we need to make time for each other, and those kinds of things that come within a marriage versus just careers
Yeah.
too.
And giving each
Yeah.
other space to thrive in what they
Yes,
love to do. You know what I
exactly.
mean? But you recently, this past year in 2023, became one of the co-hosts of The Morning Mess.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about that. Like, I was doing a little bit Insta stalking, not gonna lie.
Okay.
So I saw, I mean, who doesn't, right? Let's be honest. Who doesn't do a little stalking
Yeah,
on
I stalked
Instagram?
you too before I came
Yeah,
here, so
yeah.
it's fine.
We all stalk
Yeah.
each other. We
Yes,
like
we
feel
do.
like a free platform to be like, here.
Research purposes, you know?
Right? Yeah. So you actually interned there
Yes.
when you were at ASU. Did you ever realize that you were going to come back and this was going to be like one of your full-time jobs at some point?
I think what works for me is I don't put myself in a box. I don't say this is where I want to go. Obviously, I have a dream job and a dream that I want to reach. For me, it's I want to do red carpets on the
Yes.
Oscars, Grammys. Like that's ultimate goal, right? However, I've always said to the question of when people ask me, what do you want to do in your life? I always said, whatever comes my way,
Ooh,
I
I
will
love that.
say
Yeah,
yes.
I love that.
If it's for me, I will do it and I will
Yeah.
pursue it. And I feel like that's really what helped me get to where I am today and have all these 10 different jobs on my plate. But as for the morning mess, I just feel like, so with that, 5 years ago, I interned, like you mentioned, and I posted a photo just kidding around and saying, surprise, I have my own morning show with the station. Just kidding, I finished my internship.
Yeah.
So then fast forward 5-6 years later,
And
I
you do.
actually do have,
You manifested.
I share it, but I
manifested
have
that.
my show on the radio, the morning show. So it's just so wild to me because I wanted to do entertainment. I did sports journalism at Cronkite, but I knew I wanted to do the entertainment side. I want to interview celebrities, artists, all that
Yes.
fun stuff. And so just for this to kind of, I don't want to say fall in my lap because I did stuff to put myself out there to be considered for the job, but I kind of just did come off the street, learn radio, and just kind of did the damn thing,
did.
basically.
There's
And a natural.
power in
I'm
manifestation.
sure you're a natural.
Thank you.
There's power in manifestation. There's a friend that I have who says he wakes up every morning and he says, "Let today surprise me." And I think
go from
there's
there.
yes, I think you put it out there of like, you know what, I'm coming back. Like
Yeah.
wait to see me back in a few years and you are back. So
Yeah.
tell us about like that dynamic of like going into the studio and like, you know, like you said, you had never done radio before. What was that first week like for you? Like were you nervous?
Any struggles?
Yeah. Number one, imposter syndrome. That is so real. And I discussed it with my boss because he has 2 girls now, so he knows how to, I would feel like, deal with women. So he's so nice to talk to. And he was just asking me, how are you feeling? He would keep checking in on me, as do my co-hosts, Joey and
Right.
JD. But I've had this conversation with my boss about imposter syndrome. And I was just telling him, it is so real because I don't know how to do these things that Joey and JD are doing. They're running the board, they're editing, and I'm just sitting there like, okay, like when are we gonna hit press live or go live and just record or whatever we do? And I would just sit there and just let them take the reins. But I didn't feel like I was enough or that I was supposed to be there or felt like I was good enough to be there because they were just kind of doing those things. And they had to remind me, Sienna, you're new to this. We're a month in, we're 2 months in. You're going to learn this.
Yeah.
You're gonna get
We're
there.
here for the long run. Yes, you're going to learn this. We're going to teach you. Just let us, get our footing so we can push this new show out, and then we'll teach you everything you need to know. And right now, I feel like I've learned a lot in the past 6-7 months as we've been doing it. But even now, sometimes I'm just like, do I belong here? I don't know. It feels so weird. I
surreal.
never saw myself there, and it's surreal for me when people recognize me out in public, when little girls come up to me. Oh, that gets me. I try not to cry right in front of them because
Yeah.
they come up to me and I just see that they admire me and I'm like, I'm just me.
Right.
It's just me.
Right.
So that's what's crazy to me. But just back to your question of how, like, what the struggles were and stuff, it's definitely, even to this day, imposter syndrome is kind of very real still.
Why do you think sometimes that little voice in our head is like, wait, what are you doing here? Like why?
And then it's also someone who has to remind you too. It's whether it's my husband or my mom, they're just like, you worked your way to be here.
Yeah.
You belong here. Whether you know the least than everyone else or whether you know more, you still belong here. So
I mean,
that's
it
nice.
happens to me all the time. It's, I mean, we've had conversations
had
about
these-
it a lot,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, I'm like, no, you can do this, Jessica. Don't give up. You got this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But no, yeah, it's just inspiring to see so many women out there like doing the damn thing, man. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like growing up, what would you tell your 5-year-old self?
Ooh, That's a good question. I feel like that stuff gets me so emotional. Like immediately my eyes are watering. I'm getting chills because it's just crazy. Because again, I am still, whatever comes my way, I will say yes, I'll try it. So I never really knew what I was going to do. But I think right now I would just say we're getting there. We are getting there. We're doing it. We're getting there because I'm not there yet. Whatever my end goal is, whatever my purpose is, I know I'm still not there. I'm just getting started. So I think for 5-year-old Sienna, I would just tell her, we're getting there. We're getting there.
I love that.
I would like to know a little bit more about, pues, vienes de raíces mexicanas. Talk to me a little bit about that, your parents.
Mexican roots.
Yeah, my Mexican roots. So, as I told you, ladies, before we started recording, I grew up a No Sabo kid, so it's so unfortunate. It hurts my heart, but I was around Spanish my whole life. I just was never really spoken to in my household.
And it's super common.
Both my parents speak it. They just did not speak it to me. However, when both my grandparents were here, they spoke nothing but Spanish. And so I don't know why I didn't catch on, but I wasn't really over there as often. You know, sometimes you're with your grandparents almost every day. I unfortunately wasn't like that. I had another grandma that I'd stay with. She also spoke Spanish, but she spoke English to me. So going back and forth, I just picked up English. But my Mexican roots are from Chihuahua. Yeah.
Another Chihuahua in the house.
Yes, that's where my blood is from. I've never visited my tata who passed. He has land out there and stuff, but we have just never gone to visit. And it's hard because, you know, in the movie Selena, where he says, you're not Mexican enough for the Americans, but you're too Mexican for the Americans, that whole line.
I feel that, yeah.
That is me in my core, because even though I don't speak the best Spanish, I'm still so proud to be Latina and Mexican. I'm like, please accept me. Don't make fun of me, please. I love my culture. Because then there's some people who are Mexican or are Latino and they're not proud of their culture, you know? So I'm like, please just accept me. I swear I'll try my best. I'm learning. My husband's parents, they predominantly speak Spanish, so we're always in Mexico, so I'm always learning too. All of his cousins, I think except his 2 sisters and 1 cousin, they all speak Spanish, so I'm around it a lot more now, especially with his family. So I'm trying my best.
No, you are.
No, I think it's so common. I mean, I grew up here. You're a native yourself too, born here in Arizona. Just growing up, it's a common thing. We veo que en las familias they start talking Spanish and then they go out to universities and they leave, and then I have a lot of cousins that lost their Spanish too. So,
are you teaching? I'm sorry, boy or girl that you have?
I have a boy.
A boy. Are you teaching him Spanish? Do you speak to him in English or Spanish?
That's the most important part. Okay. So I started reporting when I started my career, and one of my biggest struggles is to learn the proper Spanish.
Okay.
Because the Spanish we speak, it's not the proper way.
But you picked it up really quick.
I had a good mentor, I will say. Shout out to Leon Felipe Gonzalez out there. And a few people helped me out throughout the way. But yes, I think that's the important part is like, you know, now that I have Mateo, I want him to really learn the proper Spanish because it's good to be bilingual as well.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's definitely a skill for sure. Yeah.
Are you planning to have any kids?
So that is a hot question for my husband and I, because we've been married. We'll be married 2 years on March 19th. Not sure when this will go out, but yeah, that'll be 2 years for us. And then we always get the question of when we're gonna have kids. And right now, it's off limits. It's off limits for me. I am just starting my career, and he wants kids yesterday, so it always makes me nervous that it's gonna be a huge debate. I'm the kind of person that it's not right now, because I know some people are just hell-bent on not having kids, and that's just not for them. They don't want kids, which is totally fine, and I understand. But for me, I feel like I'll get there eventually. But just right now, I can't imagine. Props to you. Mothers are superheroes. I can't imagine having a child right now, coming home exhausted, and then have to take care of another life.
No,
that's so wild to me.
Yes. That's what I tell her all the time.
Changes your life.
Honestly, I don't know how she does it. I don't know how she does it, because I'm like, oh my goodness, like with everything that you have going on and then still having a little human like depend on you, that is crazy. But do you get, because I know, so I've been with my boyfriend with a year and we live together, and we get those questions already, and to me it's like, dude, no, not yet. Do you ever get annoyed with those questions sometimes?
Oh, all the time.
Yeah.
I get annoyed all the time.
Especially maybe from the family.
Yes, from the family, especially because my husband's 2 cousins, they're like 3 best friends. They just had babies.
Oh, so the
now,
pressure.
so now it's
Now
my
they're looking
husband
at you.
Ivan's turn to
Who's
have
next?
this baby.
Who's next?
Yes, who's next? They want them, all the kids, because they're boys, so they want them to all be best friends, the next generation, which would be so cute. I totally get it.
Right.
But
You're like,
I'm not doing,
Not yet.
I can't do it. I have 4 other jobs, 5 other jobs, and I think it'd be easier maybe if I quit 1 or 2. But like I said, I'm just starting. So I want to say yes to everything, try different things, and just focus on us as a married couple. And then once we get there, we will get there. I know I'm 27, so I'm getting up there,
still
but
young.
we're still young.
We're still young.
Still young.
I know. 27 is like the new what? 20?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I feel like I'm 20.
I wish.
No, yeah. But how did you get on this path of like journalism? I know you said sports journalism, but then you also mentioned you want to get into red carpet and entertainment. Like, has that always been a thing ever since you were like a little girl? You're like, oh, you would get in the mirror and like kind of.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
When I was little, I wanted to be a pop star. I wanted to be Hannah Montana, Demi Lovato, all those girlies.
Can you sing?
No. If I could
We
sing.
were going to ask you for a little snippet.
Oh, no, I would. If I could sing like Ariana Grande, I'd be out there auditioning. No, but ever since I was little, I have stacks of those pop culture magazines for teenagers.
Yes.
And I have just, I know some people think it's weird because it's just pop culture and celebrities, but I've just always loved it. It's just so interesting to me. The same way that people like sports and report on sports, I love the way people report on pop culture and fashion. So I've always been obsessed with it, I think, since I was like 7 or 8. My era was like Jonas Brothers, Selena Gomez,
Yes.
Miley Cyrus. That was my era. Camp Rock, High School Musical, Zac Efron, Chef's Kiss. Love that man. So ever since then, I would always think, oh, what if I can interview celebrities? So that's why, to this day, my end goal is to land on a red carpet at Grammys, at Oscars, Billboard Awards, whichever, you know? So I just have always loved pop culture. In high school, my friend and I would make funny videos of me interviewing her, and then
Again, you manifested that.
manifested it, and then I thought, oh, you can go to school to learn how to interview people, which is journalism.
Yeah.
So then it was the best school in the nation, 15 minutes away from my house. Let me go to Cronkite, and
Who's like an artist that you cannot wait to interview?
So my goal artist, everyone's gonna be so annoyed with me because I can't stop talking about her. Taylor Swift.
Really?
Yeah.
Taylor Swift. We have a Swiftie here.
I am the biggest Swiftie. I've been a Swiftie since I was 7 or 8. Again, listening to Radio Disney, I heard her song "Teardrops on My Guitar," and one of the lyrics of that song, I said, "Wow, that slaps." I said, "I like how she wrote that."
And let me tell you, the Swiftie fans.
Yeah.
You don't
They
want
are
to mess with
big.
them.
You
Don't
wanna
mess with us.
Don't mess with
the
us.
Don't mess with
fans.
us.
No. What if we do a little bit of a little pop culture this or that?
Oh,
yes?
okay.
Are you down for that?
I'm so down.
Okay, so I was gonna say, but I think I know who the answer is because that was the first one that I was gonna say: Beyonce or Taylor Swift.
Listen, I love Beyonce, but I'm gonna go with Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift. Okay, Jessica.
I love Rihanna. So Rihanna, or who does she normally go?
Alicia Keys. Let's say Rihanna or Alicia Keys.
Oh, I'm gonna go Rihanna easily.
Riri?
Riri.
Yeah, gotta
Riri
go
all
with
the way?
Riri.
Yeah.
Yep, bad girl Riri.
Okay, football or basketball?
Ooh,
NFL or NBA?
I'm gonna go. That's a hard one. Let's go NBA. I enjoy basketball.
Okay, a
Yeah.
good basketball game. Do you have a team?
Phoenix Suns.
Phoenix
Yeah, I
Suns.
grew up here, so
Phoenix
go
Suns.
Suns. Yeah.
I'm curious to know, well, for you to, I don't know, like a message you might have to those young girls that are starting and.
I think my message would just be like, stay open to opportunity. I think anything that you feel suits you, that interests you, just to go for it. Don't be scared. And even if you are, that makes it 10 times better because that's how you know you're taking a chance on yourself.
Yeah.
So I just feel like stay open to opportunity. And if you're doing something and it's not what you imagine, then it's not for you. Just try something else because there's so many other things in the world that you can do and try that are for you.
That's beautiful.
You never know.
You never know what's
never
going to come
know.
of it. Yeah, you
Manifest
you
it.
never know.
Put it out there into
Who would
the
have
world.
thought?
Yeah, yeah. Like my mom says, she actually told us, remember when we were in the car a few days ago? Sin miedo al éxito. You know,
Exactly.
don't be afraid of success. You know, so thank you so much for being on the show. We
Yes,
loved
thank
it.
you,
Thank you so
thank
much
you.
for all your time and everything that you do. And we can't wait to see where your career takes off and seeing
thank
you
you.
on the red carpet for E! News,
Yes,
maybe.
'cause
What else?
Manifestation. We're manifesting it here,
girl.
ladies. Yes.
What are we manifesting for this next year?
Ooh, we're manifesting. I don't know. I just want I want to be able to find that balance. So I feel like manifesting a good home and career lifestyle, so it balances out perfectly. Yeah, that's what I want.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
We're getting that. 2024 is happening.
2024, that's what's going to happen.
Where can we follow you?
You can follow me on Instagram because that's where I am more present. So Sienna _ the little line, Sienna _ Villa. That's where you can find me.
Perfect. So, and also tune in every morning to hear her on the Morning Mist. But thank you
Yes.
so much.
Thank
Make
you.
sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, guys. Follow us on Instagram at Latinas Power Talk, and we will see you back next Wednesday.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.